Talk to me about what made you decide to go ahead with this project for you and your team.
When we come to look at our strategies, we wanted to see how the team could, I guess, kind of engage and collaborate better.
And what did you hope it would help with?
For me, it was just kind of allowing the rest of the team maybe to see each other's strengths, or make those more visible.
What was the actual experience like for you and the team? And is there anything that stood out?
I think certainly the engagement and given from yourself to the team really allowed the team to buy into the reasons behind why we were doing it and why we'd picked kind of strength scope as the assessment tool to use, because strength scope just stood out really in terms of how it allows focus more on sort of employees' more natural strengths. Whilst it does identify their weaknesses, the focus is more based on the strength side of things.
How did people respond to their reports when they got them, and then the session itself?
I think everyone from the conversations that I certainly had with them, they found it really interesting to see what their strengths were. And, there was a couple of people where they had strengths that maybe they weren't fully aware of, that were kind of at the top of their strengths that had came out. So that was quite nice to see, where there was just a bit of reinforcement there for people to say, well, actually, these are the things that you are good at. It might not necessarily be something that you recognize or use on a daily basis, but it is there in the background. And I think it, allowed people to make more use of that.
What do you think stood out most about the way that I worked with you? And is there anything you think I should do more of, or possibly even less of as well?
They were all positive. Like, honestly, everyone was really positive. And I think what they really liked was how engaging you were and the way you delivered the feedback, and actually how positive it was in terms of the way you were able to kind of keep everyone engaged and keep everyone kind of on the right side of it, and they could recognize the benefits of it. But I think because we chose to do it as it's an external process, the feedback from everybody was really, honestly, was really positive. Like, it couldn't have been more positive.
What would you say to someone else who's in a senior role, who's considering doing this kind of work?
Strength Scope's been a really good tool for us to help look at the kind of organization's focus better, really. And it has certainly it's increased our employee engagement. I think being able to identify team strengths and for the team to see that we're actually advocating that as well, and um you know looking out for the team's personal and professional growth. It's given them better kind of motivation and job satisfaction.
Who do you think would benefit most from going through the process?
At any level, if you're a medium-sized organization, being able to deliver this to the whole team is certainly something that's going to increase collaboration between the team, because it allows everybody to understand each other's strengths. And I certainly think one of the things that we've noticed from this is increased communication. So people are maybe a bit open to share more things.
Final question from me really is, for you on a personal level, what do you think was the biggest impact for you?
There was a couple of things that I thought maybe would be a strength, and didn't quite just make that top seven. So for me, that was really interesting. I think it just showed that there were some underlying strengths that were perhaps performing better than some of the things that I perceive to be a strength. So it's also given me kind of areas for development as well, which is really important.